Hi, welcome to Polyphonic Press. I'm Jeremy Boyd.
I'm John Van Dyke.
And today we're going to be talking about Jack White's apology. Here we go. Alright, so I'm sure you've heard by now, but Jack White has issued an apology on his website, apologizing to the Black Keys, Adele, Lana Del Rey, and basically he's apologizing for being an asshole the last couple of years. And, you know, usually when a celebrity apologizes, it's usually because their publicist or someone working for them has said, you know, you've offended some people and you need to apologize for it. And it usually comes off as very fake and forced. I'm thinking of, like when Don Imus called the African-American women's basketball team nappy-headed hoes.
Oh, that. Holy cow.
He was fired for it and apologized for it, but the apology seemed really fake, and I still don't know whether he should have been fired for it. But anyway, this actually seems like a genuine apology from Jack White, that he actually feels some sort. He seems like he's had some time to reflect on the things that he said to people like the Black Keys and all these people.
I think he has the tendency to say things without thinking.
Yeah,
which is part, and that kind of gets him into trouble. He definitely has a bit of a hothead.
Yeah,
that's fine. And whether or not, I mean, I'm sure he actually does have some believe that the Black Keys are certainly in his words, riding his coattails to a certain degree. I don't believe the Keys are doing that.
Right. Well, the other thing too is the Black Keys don't sound like the White Stripes.
Not really, no.
I mean, they are a two-piece blues rock band.
They've definitely got they've got parallels, but the way they came, like Jack White's decision to go to be a two-piece rock band was a very deliberate thing. Yeah. And he wanted to pare it down as much as possible. And with the Keys, I don't think it was the same thing. It was very, I think they actually tried bass players and keyboard players at different points, and it just didn't work out. Right. Not initially, and they decided to stick with the two-man format.
Yeah. So it's basically just a coincidence that the Black Keys and the White Stripes
this time,
had two people in the band playing blues, bass, rock and roll. It just happened.
It does happen.
You know, but
you can't really own something like that anyway.
Yeah.
Basically, Jack White going out there with the Stripes and doing that was the final thing that told many bands that it's actually okay to do that,
and that it was possible,
and that it was possible to even have a career doing that.
Yeah. So, and
can't find a bass player. No problem.
I mean, Patrick Carney is a very different drummer than Meg White.
Very different. Yes.
Dan Auerbach is a very different guitar player than Jack White.
Yes.
Their voices are not couldn't be far further apart from each other.
They've got some similar influences, but they've even got some different influences. Yeah. It's like the Black Keys come more from an R.L. Burnside sort of things, whereas Jack White's definitely got more punk influence. Yeah. He's straight out of Detroit.
Yeah. Well, that's where like the MC5 and Iggy and the Stooges came out of. So,
and that attitude is definitely within the Stripes more so than in the Keys. Yeah. And that makes a big difference.
I don't understand. Maybe I heard something in passing about what he said about Adele or Lana Del Rey.
I don't think he was necessarily saying anything against them, because I read the thing where he said what he was said against them, and it wasn't really against them. He was sort of pointing out how. Well, he was sort of making comparisons of how when somebody does something, suddenly there's a whole plethora of other people doing the same thing. And the way he stated it, he didn't actually say anything against them.
Yeah, it was more about the music business in general.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah. So
he was basically going on about people following trends, and I actually happen to agree with him on that.
Yeah. So the other thing, too, is this all kind of started when his personal emails were leaked. There were emails when he was going through a divorce or trying to settle something with his ex-wife about his kids.
shouldn't have been released. I
Yeah.
mean, that's typical paparazzi, tabloid, just bullshit.
Yeah.
And even the Keys said that shouldn't have been released.
Yeah.
And it was against them.
Yeah, well,
So
I think the way that I read the email, it wasn't so much against the Black Keys as it was he was mad at his ex-wife.
Well, he was definitely mad at his ex-wife.
And he was using the Black Keys as an argument
They were
against
kind of in his way.
He was using the Black Keys as a straw man argument against his ex-wife.
Yeah,
You know.
you could definitely read it that way.
Yeah. So I think, and that was a few years ago. I think he's had some time to reflect, and I think that he's truly actually sorry for what he said. I like the White Stripes. I like Jack White, all of his stuff. Well, not all of it, but most of it.
I'm a pretty big follower. Like, all my
Yeah.
CDs of them are sitting right over there even, so.
And I like the Black Keys. I like both bands. And I see a lot of people taking sides too. It's like,
I know a lot of people who love both as well.
Yeah.
And the fact is that the Keys and the Stripes share a lot of fans. They
Yeah.
just do.
yeah,
Because they're in the similar sort of vein. Like, there's some that are totally more in the Black Keys direction, and there's lots of fans that are more in the Stripes direction.
Mm-hmm.
And that's even just more fact that they're not exactly the same band.
no, they're very different.
They're very different
bands.
in a lot of ways.
So let us know what you guys think in the comments. Do you think this apology is genuine? Do you think it's forced by some PR person? It was on his personal website, so that's something. Let us
He
know in the
posts it up in
comments.
a lot of places.
Yeah. So let us know in the comments what you guys think. Be sure to subscribe so you know when we post new videos. You can check us out on Twitter and Facebook. Follow John on Twitter at Funky Dutch. You can help us out on Patreon and check out the website, polyphonicpress.com. All those links are in the description. And that's about it. I'm Jeremy Boyd.
I'm John Van Dyke.
Take it easy.